This interview is for an exercise in a course that I am taking this semester. For the purpose of this exercise, do you consent to being interviewed and recorded?
Yes.
Thank you.
I work for a pet products company, and I am the Director of Research and Product Development. And we're manufacturers of carriers and dog toys. That's what I specialize in. We work predominantly on product development, as I said. So we do all the pricing for our new products. We do the development process from start to finish, from the idea of a product all the way through to when it lands on the retail shelves.
Great.
We're part of a larger company, which is Worldwise, which is a larger corporation, but in this office, there's only 5 of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us, yeah. So we have the Managing Director of Product Development, Neil Wordy, who's got zillions of years experience in the industry, and then 4 other people here. So we've got designers, and then me, the Product Development Director, and then Samantha, who you just interviewed a few minutes ago, who's a Product Development Manager. I don't think that in this particular industry, it's all that gender defined as to what males do versus what females do in this particular industry. At least my experience thus far has not been that there's been any gender role issues. I can tell you that from my previous job, I was a kitchen manager, which is a role that there are very rarely females in. Not only was I a kitchen manager, which is just outside of that, I was also a young female kitchen manager. So I ran a kitchen with about 20 men that worked for me, and most of them were of Hispanic descent, which I think added to the gender role issue because there's a lot more sort of machismo in their culture that you don't necessarily see regularly. But in that particular environment, it took a really long time for me to get any respect in the workplace. I do think that in this industry as a whole, in the pet products industry, you don't see as many females in higher roles that you do in other industries, say in finance and that kind of thing. I think you see women holding higher titled positions. In our company, for example, there's only 1 woman at the vice president level, where I feel like in other industries, maybe that number isn't skewed so much. But I feel like in the industry as a whole, we're starting to see more women move into higher positions. I think it's just taking some time.
Okay.
I can't think of a way that it does benefit me, honestly.
Okay.
The kitchen manager job I had, it took me a long time to get into that position. I applied for it several times. I'd been in the restaurant industry for close to 6 years at that point, and I had to really fight for that spot.
Yeah. You ever felt that your gender affects your salary?
Not to date, no. Not really. I think that there's equal opportunities for both genders. I think it's just that you have to work hard to get where you are, and I don't think that that's necessarily defined by being male or female.
Cool.
Yes, absolutely. I do think, like I said earlier, that you see men in senior vice president sort of positions in higher management more often than you see women in those spots. But hopefully that's changing. I think that women need to continue to define their roles as being completely able to do the jobs that men can do in higher paying executive management roles.